those little things, and the videos come up, their website comes up. If it's got the Twitter mark on there, you can actually click on it and tweet out that you were there looking at Osaka Gas, and Osaka Gas was, what was the cool thing?
We're cooking with gas.
We're cooking with gas! And so it was fun, so we had a lot of these tweets go on. And what we were trying to do with all of the tweets was make a tweet rally. We were trying to get all these tweets out there and trying to get everything together and working so that we were going to trend. We wanted to trend so bad. And we wanted to not only trend with our AR hashtag, but we also wanted to get the TEDx Kyoto trending that day.
Mm-hmm.
So we were there as social media, but also as our orientation group, getting things trending and getting things going.
Part of the communication team is trying to get communication between the vendors, the participants, and the speakers before and after the event.
Yeah, let's get everybody together, because there's all these different groups there. It's not just the speakers. There are tons of other individuals involved in the whole process that is TEDx. And getting them all together, getting them all communicating and learning about one another is what our goal was.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So what did we learn by doing all this? Honestly, not all too much. We have some web analytics. All of our app stuff was through the web, so we know how much stuff was accessed. We're doing 3 presentations this time around. We're doing another one tomorrow. We're going to be talking a little bit more about TEDx Kyoto rather than just AR. This is supposed to be a workshop. We want to give you time to play around with the technology. But talking about the diffusion of innovation, there's a curve from innovator to early adopter to mainstay, and augmented reality is moving into the early adopter stage right now, and it's going to be interesting to watch as a technology diffusion type idea as it starts to play with the adoption on a larger scale. So we saw that in our activities during the event. We had a low tech activity where you just write with pen and paper. 300 or so people participated in that. Coming up to the booth and doing a live tweet, we had over 120 or so live tweets, and then actual people using the app, downloading it, and triggering, there was less than 40 of those. So we can see the diffusion of technology within that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be doing this again next year, and we're going to try and have next iteration of it, but it's really exciting to use this technology with the heads-up displays that are coming out. There's a bunch of, Google just took back their Google Glass. They're going to reinvent it. They got some cool stuff coming out in the near future. They haven't announced it quite yet, though. Microsoft has their HoloLens, but these are a couple of others by Epson. Middle there is Google Glass, and there's another one on the side there. So it's really exciting to have hands-free, because it's still kind of awkward using the physical phone and trying to juxtaposition the two physical thing and what you see on the screen too at the same time. More information. Orientation is the project name that we're working with for the TEDx Kyoto and the augmented reality stuff. My website has all my research that I'm doing towards education, implementation of augmented reality, and TEDx Kyoto has all the live tweets that we just talked about in a second. So maybe we can have a short demo.
Yeah.
Play.
Yay.
Hopefully this works.
And we'd really originally hoped the workshop was going to be 90 minutes, and we're in a 30-minute slot, so we're going to play it too. We're going to make sure we get it. So, again, we are presenting more about the TEDx stuff tomorrow in a regular presentation, and then we also have a poster session on Tuesday afternoon. So tomorrow morning in the session 1, we're talking more about the TEDx, what we did there. So this workshop is supposed to be intro to AR, a little bit about the TEDx, and then some hands-on stuff. Tomorrow is just going to mainly be about the TEDx stuff. Some stuff for you here now. We're getting an odd green color when we do this on the screen. So it's why that's coming.
Wow, it's really pretty though.
So we're using the Genio app right now. That was the one mainly used in the engineering fields right now. You send somebody out in the field to work on an air conditioner, they'll put the goggles on and know if there's a part missing or when to put in a part, things like that. Oh.
I was going to play with the colors, but
It's not the projector.
So we made a similar thing that we did for TEDx Kyoto for this particular event today. Marty, you want to hold that up? So he's got the program ready.
The same
If you
program
download
we
this,
all
you
have.
can do this yourself though at some point. So we're gonna put that up. See here.
Cool.
yay!
すごいです。
So you see that when I'm it's tracking that the 3D plane in 3 dimensions. So it's actually three dimensions on top of it. So
Yeah.
it looks really cool
Wow.
with
That's
when
awesome.
you put three dimensions into it. So they're moving off the page, and you can do that with video too. So you can have maybe a screen up here playing a video, and these you can also put buttons in too to interact with. So if you see like before you saw the tweet buttons, you can tweet out things like that. So I'm just. And you notice that I pull away far enough, he's going to lose it. I track it again. I go off maybe to this. Ooh, that's pretty good. And also, because I was saying before, this isn't perfect. Lighting is a big deal.
Yes,
so if
it
the
is.
lighting, there's going to be a stripe across there. It's not going to work quite well. If it's got some glossy plastic over it, that really messes with it too.
Oh,
So you're saying all these programs have integrated in it the some AR code, or that's just
So with the Genio,
mm-hmm.
you have to pre-program in the images for the app to recognize.
Yeah.
And you create what's a channel based on the images you want to augment.
Does Janai have its own programming language, or can you use an existing programming language to do your programs?
Genio has some software you have to download. You actually have to buy to make it. It's free to use,
It's free.
but it paid to make.
Okay.
And all those that I showed you before have different systems. For example, the Arasama for education is probably the most accessible to us because it's free to use and free to make.
Oh, okay.
But it's limited in the fact that you can only do video, images, and audio and some other things like that. This one you can do,
For print.
if you have some programming knowledge, you can put a bunch of stuff, interactive things like that.
Cool.
We also have some triggers on some of the things in the back
Yeah.
too. And we have some devices. If people want to try this on their
We
own
have some
device,
devices
Yeah.
around, yeah, if you
you
come
want
up
to
and
borrow
grab a
a
device.
Yeah,
device,
cool.
you have and play with it yourself, you can.
So we can just download it from the market, from the.
Well, there's yeah, I think if Eric has a QR code,
Yeah, maybe I can down. Can we have the link to download?
sure.
Wait,
Janai? Okay.
if anybody wants to play with it a little bit, we can borrow one of our devices, and in the back there we have